At 84 years old, I have reached a stage in life where clarity and honesty matter more than ever. Over the years, I have watched countless friends, neighbors, and relatives make different choices about how to handle their senior years. Some have moved into the homes of their children, others rely on part-time caregivers, and many have ended up in nursing homes. Each choice has its own reasoning. But I know without hesitation that one path is not for me. I will never step into a nursing home. This is not a rash decision born out of fear or denial. Rather, it is the result of decades of observation, personal reflection, and an unshakable desire to maintain control over how I live out my remaining years. Nursing homes are often portrayed as safe, structured environments where older adults receive the care they need. Yet behind that image lies something I find deeply unsettling: the loss of freedom, the erosion of individuality, and a detachment from real life. Too often, seniors are told that entering a nursing home is inevitable, that it's simply the final chapter of aging. I reject that notion. For me, the later years of life should be about preserving independence, staying rooted in familiar surroundings, nourishing emotional well-being, remaining active in the community, and using modern resources that make institutional care unnecessary. These are the 5 reasons that drive my firm decision, and they are reasons I believe every senior deserves to hear. Reason 1. Independence is the heart of living. The most powerful reason I will never enter a nursing home is simple: independence. After a lifetime of working, raising children, and following society's rules, these later years are my chance to live fully on my own terms. Every small choice when I eat, what I watch on television, how I spend my afternoons matters more now than ever. Nursing homes operate on routines and regulations. Meals are served at fixed hours. Medications are distributed in neat lines, and bedtimes are encouraged whether one is tired or not. While such schedules may be practical for managing dozens of residents, they erase individuality. I do not want my life reduced to a checklist or a timetable designed for efficiency rather than personal freedom. True independence doesn't mean recklessness. It means retaining control over the rhythm of my own days. If I want to skip breakfast, stay up late with a book, or spend an entire morning reminiscing in the garden, I should be able to. Independence is not a privilege in old age, it is a necessity for dignity. That is why surrendering it to an institution is unthinkable for me. Reason 2. Home is more than shelter. It is identity. The second reason is deeply emotional. I want to remain in the environment that defines me. My home is more than walls and furniture. It is a living memory. The scent of the kitchen where I cooked countless family meals, the framed photos of milestones, the worn chair where I've read for decades, these are part of who I am. When seniors are relocated to nursing homes, they are stripped of those anchors. Even the most comfortable facility cannot replicate the warmth of a lifetime home. Instead, many experience disorientation, anxiety, and even faster cognitive decline when placed in unfamiliar, sterile surroundings. I do not want to spend my final years staring at beige walls and generic furniture. I want to remain surrounded by the spaces and objects that remind me of my story. My home is my autobiography written in bricks, photographs, and memories. Leaving that behind would feel like erasing myself. Reason 3. Emotional health cannot be replaced with medication. While nursing homes are often praised for their medical oversight, they fall short in supporting emotional health. Charts, vitals, and prescriptions dominate daily life, but emotional connection, the very thing that keeps people alive inside, is often neglected. I have seen it firsthand. Friends who entered nursing homes gradually lost their spark. Surrounded by staff stretched too thin to provide more than the basics, they became quiet, withdrawn, and resigned. Even the kindest caregivers cannot fill the void left by reduced family contact, diminished friendships, and a lack of meaningful conversation. At home, however, I can continue to cultivate the relationships that matter. I can welcome visitors on my terms, laugh with neighbors, share stories with my grandchildren, or simply enjoy a cup of tea with an old friend. These small interactions keep the spirit alive. A pill can regulate blood pressure, but it cannot replace joy, purpose, or companionship. Emotional well-being is as vital as physical care, and it is something I will not sacrifice to institutional efficiency. Reason 4. Real community exists beyond institutional walls. Many believe nursing homes offer community because residents live in proximity to one another. But true community is not about proximity. It is about shared history, trust, and belonging. In my own neighborhood, I am more than a resident. I am a friend to the shopkeeper who remembers my favorite bread, a familiar face to the children who help carry my groceries, and an active participant in my church gatherings. These ties formed over decades provide me with a sense of identity and connection. In contrast, the community of a nursing home is constructed, not chosen. Activities like bingo or group meals may pass the time, but they rarely form deep, authentic bonds. I would rather spend my evenings chatting with neighbors or mentoring a younger person than sitting in a common room among strangers. Equally important, remaining in my community means staying visible. Too often, nursing home residents disappear from society, tucked away behind doors and only remembered on occasional visits. I want to remain a participant in life, not a hidden observer. My place in the community is too valuable to exchange for an institution's convenience. Reason 5. Modern solutions make nursing homes obsolete. Finally, practical reality supports my decision. Decades ago, seniors had few alternatives. Nursing homes were often the only option for those needing assistance, but today, resources exist that make independent living possible for far longer. Home care aides can assist with daily tasks. Visiting nurses can provide medical attention. Technology like health monitoring devices, fall detection systems, and telemedicine ensures safety without uprooting me from my home. Meal delivery services, transportation programs, and senior community centers add additional support. Financially, this makes sense as well. Nursing homes are notoriously expensive, often costing more than tailored in-home care. By investing in modifications, grab bars, stair lifts, emergency alert systems, I can make my home a safe haven while keeping costs manageable. For today's seniors, the question is no longer nursing home or nothing. It is, how do I build the right support system at home? Conclusion: dignity, purpose, and joy. Until the end, I do not deny that aging brings challenges. My body is slower, my stamina less than it once was, and health concerns inevitably appear. But none of that justifies surrendering my freedom, identity, and community to an institution. Life in these final chapters should not be about mere survival. It should be about living with dignity, meaning, and joy. My 5 reasons: independence, familiarity, emotional strength, authentic community, and modern alternatives are not only personal, but universal. They remind us that seniors deserve more than beds in a facility. We deserve the chance to shape our own endings. This is why at 84 I can say with conviction I will never go into a nursing home. Not because I am blind to the difficulties of aging, but because I value the essence of life too much to hand it over to an institution. My choice is to live freely, surrounded by memories, connected to my community, and supported by resources that honor my dignity. And that is a message every senior should hear. We do not have to give up control. We can age on our own terms, with courage and with grace. Aging is often described as a process of decline in health, energy, or ability, but I see it differently. Aging, especially at 84, is a process of distillation. The noise of life quiets down, and what remains are the essentials: freedom, love, memory, and dignity. When I look at the option of entering a nursing home, I see an arrangement that undermines those essentials. It might provide structure and safety, but at the cost of autonomy, emotional vitality, and connection to the world. And for me, that price is too high.